You know, I had one of my professors tell me one time, Matt, life is all about timing. Life is all about sometimes where you're at, where somebody else is at. And it kind of comes back that you missed that opportunity, maybe a good one. Maybe you got that opportunity, whatever. But I feel like the Cavs missed some timing on this. Because what did I say on Monday's show? I came on and I said, you go hire James Borrego. That was really before all this Dan Hurley stuff had come out. I said, I don't like the fact that Lakers are meddling around in this whole damn thing. And what did we find out yesterday? That Borrego is potentially now the top candidate for the LA Lakers. We've discussed it this week, the importance of this hire for the Cavs. And I've said, I still would rather have good players here over maybe the right head coach, but you still need to find the guy. And if he was your guy, don't let him leave. Pull the Hugh Jackson. Do not let him get back on that plane to go somewhere else. Now, he didn't work out so well. Maybe
Hugh
not
Jackson.
the best example, but you get what I'm getting at here, right? He's your guy. You go hire him. I don't think another interview is really going to suffice. I don't think one more sit-down meeting is really going to help you make your decision, right? And now the Lakers might come in and swoop Borrego away from you. Is that the worst thing? I don't know. Are you all in on Kenny Atkinson? And maybe, just maybe, James Borrego would sit down and say, you know what? That Cavs job is actually a better job for me to take. That's not the only Cavs report we got yesterday. Kobe doubling down. I ain't trading anybody. F your picks. I ain't trading anybody. Do you really believe him when he says that he is not going to trade one of the core four guards? We lost. And that's not the only thing we lost last night, Ryan, with the Guardians. We'll talk about that. Yes, a little misstep. I'm sure this is a very legitimate call from a 1-800 number. We'll get to that later. But vote. All right, man. He's learning on the job. Kept Bybee in too long. We'll discuss some Guardians. I've got a ton of football to get to, including an interesting list from ESPN. They went from age 40 all the way down to age 14 for the best player at every single age. There were some Browns players, honorable mention. There were some Ohio State players on that list. We'll get to that. Free agency outlook for the Cavs coming up as well. U.S. Open, Joey Chestnut back in the news. We'll get to all that coming up right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. Good morning. Happy to have you alongside. Appreciate everybody. Follow us if you can at Matt Fontana Show. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll get to the grid coming up. Streak is on, man. We finished this week out, which we only have today and tomorrow. Ryan, I'm going to take you getting all 5 of those movies. We're on a good streak from the grid. Let's close the grid on out. We'll get that done this week. So we'll have a giveaway for all of our fans if we complete the week out on the grid. We, of course, got time up. We'll jump into the morning update a little bit later as well. We start with the Cavs this morning. We got plenty of Guardians to get to because I'm just going to wallow in that pity that we lost to the Cincinnati guys. You and I have to go to Skyline now.
Yes, we do.
That is the worst punishment and pain that I could ever ask for. But we had a bet with our guys down in Cincinnati, the Big Play Cincinnati show. And we tied, but Ryan goes, oh, we'll make the tiebreaker home runs. And Jamer Candelario goes, F your...
I originally wanted run differential, but
it still would have lost anyway,
no,
right?
No, it would have tied.
Oh, again.
It would have been, we lost by 2, we won
to the
by
triple
2.
tiebreaker we go.
Yeah.
So we lost. We have to go now shoot something. We said we'd do it at Skyline.
That's bullshit.
What do you mean? We made the rules. You made the rule. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I'm not saying that we lost is bullshit. I'm just saying that stupid ass Candyman hitting 2 bombs.
Left Bybee in too long, man. Left Bybee in too long. And again, we'll talk Guardians coming up. I've got, power rankings for the guards as well. That is what you get with a rookie manager. Do you know what happened to Stephen Vogt last night? You want me to tell you exactly what happened to Stephen Vogt last night? He got drunk on the strikeouts because we all did.
Yeah.
We all did. He made the one mistake to Candelario on the solo shot, and Bybee was dealing. Now, some of the people that I follow, shout out to Justin Leda, Locked On Guards, and he retweeted the pitch chart for Bybee. And it was like, you and I just sitting there going, he's got 11 strikeouts. This is great. Okay, missed a pitch here. Can't be perfect. Going to miss a pitch there. Vogt got drunk on the strikeouts. That happened to me, and I was sitting on my couch. Can't do that as a manager. Now he learned. I'm not going to rip Stephen Vogt. Dude, you're in first place. You're 20 games above 500. He's doing a great job. These are things that you learn.
And I didn't realize what we had on the line, though.
Well, yes, I'm assuming that he wasn't sitting in the dugout. You know, Fontana and Ryan really don't want a skyline. We should probably figure this out.
Maybe he should have been.
Send him the message. Text him and be like, hey, Steven, just so you know, there's a little more on this game tonight to win the Battle of Ohio. That wasn't enough for them to get it done last night. He got drunk on the strikeouts. It happens, man.
Drunk before the game started, filling out that lineup card.
Okay, there's lineup issues with the Guardians right now. 100%. And the lineup in today's baseball is not even always just the manager sitting down and going, all right, what makes sense? They get a printout. And this happened with Terry, too. Even when Terry Francona was here. The analyst people, the baseball metric people, they come up with a lineup based on who you're playing, who's pitching, that they're like, you know what? We think this works. And with Terry, he would sometimes listen to it and go, you know, that lineup looks pretty good. Let's roll. Let's make this little tweak here. That's how baseball goes. It's never as simple as sitting out. Some guys you can pencil in. You know Jose Ramirez is going to bat third. They're trying to find that out, right? Now that Kwan is back, Stephen Kwan is going to bat leadoff. Jose Ramirez is going to bat third. Josh Naylor is batting fourth. And then, okay, is he playing in the field? Or are we putting Freeman here? Where are we going to go and put, Bo Naylor or is catching Jimenez? And they kind of work through it. The biggest issue that you and I have is we're done with Gabriel Arias. We've seen enough, so we don't know what they're doing there. You know what they're doing there. They're hoping he can show a little bit, so when they have to go make a trade, that maybe he could be a piece of that.
Yeah, well, they're just making his value.
I'm not saying that they're not. And, keeping, they brought Schneemann up. I don't know what you want to do. And the thing about Schneemann, you got to remember, he's 28. He's not some prized prospect. You're getting good production from him, and you haven't started the service clock on maybe somebody else, right? And trust me, I've seen John Kenzie Noel, okay? He is raking down in the minors. But you pull him up, that's the start on the service clock. Could you see John Kenzie Noel in a trade? I know I could. Would you rather bring him up to give a potential team a little bit of a look at what he looks like in Major League pitching? Or would you rather say, hey, man, look what he's doing down in AAA, right? These are the games they're playing right now. Yes, again, I don't know what to tell you, man.
If you had a guess, Matt, our 7-8-9 last night, Arias, Rocchio, Austin Hedges, what do you think their average is?
Average?
If you average all three of their averages, what do you think it is? This was our 7-8-9 last night.
205.
183.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's got to be a major league worst.
Well, the thing is, they're not your everyday players.
I know, but still.
So, you're rotating those guys in. The catching is like a three-way thing right now.
But if you're starting Hedges, which is fine, I understand.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I never have a problem starting Austin Hedges.
He's obviously
he's going to go 0 for 4. Just deal with it, right? Okay.
And I'm fine with that. But my thing is, then why are you playing Arias the same game?
Arias.
And I wish Rocchio could hit.
I don't know.
Because he's a damn good glove.
I don't know. You deal with Rocchio because he's got a glove.
I'd almost
you
rather
deal
have
with
Tanner
Hedges.
Bybee bat and you DH for Rocchio.
That's. I have nothing to come against that, right? I like Brian Rocchio. I do. You go get Bo Bichette then. Go get your. I saw the White Sox trade. That Crochet kid. Go get him. It's just, it tells you some of the things. I'm not going to get that all. Trust me. I'm pissed off this morning because we lost the bet. I'm not trying to throw the baby out with the bathwater here. You split with the Reds. Okay, fine. All good. We're jaded because we're angry. Because we have to go eat Skyline chili and film it for the guys down in Cincinnati.
We don't have to eat it. I'm not eating it.
We have to eat it.
That wasn't part of the deal. We'll film it.
Oh, come on.
I'll hold it. I'll hold it.
Puss out now.
It wasn't part of the deal. I'll hold it. I'll buy it.
Oh, now you're going to get on technicalities? Come on now.
Commercial.
No, that's fine. We will shoot the commercial. We'll go to Skyline out by your house. I can't do it today or tomorrow. Let's probably do it for Can we do it Monday? You want to go Monday?
Week, yeah.
We'll do it Monday. Might as well.
You don't think I can just bring it, huh? It'd probably be horrible.
They don't open till 10:30.
Oh, that's true.
They don't open. If they were open for breakfast, which God help us if you would want to eat that for breakfast.
Dude, they would eat that at
Here, we have to go. You're going to have to film us walking in.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk up and give a look. And I don't even know what to order. Ask Drew in Bangalore. What do I order there?
Okay, do you like beans?
Sure.
Do you like onions?
No.
So like the way it goes is there's a 3-way, a 4-way, and a 5-way.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And
I
like,
almost said animal style, but that's at In-N-Out.
a 3-way is like it with beans. A 4-way is with like beans and onions, I think.
I
And
don't
a
want
5-way is something else. It's like
cheese.
something.
It's
Yeah.
get you.
It's really gross. And people love it. They're obsessed.
I don't know.
with
I
it.
really have no idea why. So yes, we split. We lost on the aggregate, so to speak, and we will pay our bet off to the Bengals. Flipping back over to the Cavs, a lot of things starting to come out yesterday about the Cavs. Number one, the biggest one is now Borrego Lakers. And it's
Well,
wait.
6 minutes ago. Redick will formally interview for the Lakers coaching job this week, and a strong performance is expected.
Yeah,
because
because now the finals are over
of the franchise.
We got to talk about the finals, man. Ass. Dude, this finals sucks. And I know the Mavericks got back into that game last night, but for a lot of reasons, this finals blows.
Luka's legacy took a hit.
Rightly so. Stop bitching. Just stop. And I get that you're down. You think you're at home. That was a block. On his sixth one. The other ones, I don't know what else to tell you. That was a block, though. It was. And the replay, that was pretty damn obvious and clear. It was a block. He was moving. I don't know what to tell you. But, okay, here. Great. Kyrie actually showed up again. And he gave you the type of game that you thought. And if Luka doesn't foul out, maybe you're having a different conversation. The refs in this series, I don't think have been all that bad. I think it's been fine. Clear bitching, man. I don't know what to tell you, but we'll get to the finals later. To the Cavs. Okay, so now JJ is going to interview. Here's what that buys you. Time. You know, I started the show by talking about time. That's a great piece of advice for life, Ryan. Take that with you. Life is all about timing. When people come in and out of your life, when things happen, when all this comes, like, I find that to be true more and more as I go on through. Life is a little bit about timing.
You believe in that? Right person, wrong time?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that because, I think about people that have come in and out of my life, and it's it all works out. You know what I mean? Like, you look back on some things like friends or relationships, and you're like, yeah, just really what. But you look back on it even more and realize, yeah, that was never going to work. You know what I mean? Like, it was great for the time or whatever, but it really was never. I truly do believe that if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And again, relationships, jobs, things like that, it's just all meant to work out that way. But it's all about timing. And as you grow as a person, as you grow as people, like, that just happens more and more. We're getting a little philosophical. We're just talking about the Cavs trying to hire somebody, right? But that is the thing, the timing in this. So now if they are going to interview Redick, Woj said when that he's going to go to LA?
I believe this weekend.
This weekend. Okay. Get James Borrego in here now. Get him in here now. It seems like he's the favorite. They were going to bring him and Kenny Atkinson in. If you see me keep going like this, it's because I'm watching the golf. Tiger. 100, baby. Justin Thomas is not having fun out there. You talk about Borrego. You're going to bring him and Atkinson in for their second round of interviews, which how many times you got to interview somebody? You want to talk offensive philosophies. You want to talk roster. How much did you really get about them on a second go-around?
What if Borrego interviews with his mom there?
Yeah, we did that story about millennials, or not millennials, Gen Zers. There's an unsettling trend of them taking their parents to job interviews. And like big level interviews, like it's a little like when they go through NFL draft picks. You'll sit down in the room and go on the whiteboard and all right, this is this. But then you take them out to dinner and you talk life and you talk who they are and you try to get to know them. Kobe Altman is picking his running mate in this thing, right? This is an important thing for him. He is picking, outside of any player, the most important person to his job security. That's important for him. I'm sure he wants to get to know James Borrego. Make the hire, man. Do it. He's the favorite. He's become the front runner for me. You make that hire. And on a more of a deep dive, James Borrego, you go back to his time in Charlotte, right? And what success he was able to have there. P.J. Washington, Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, was Alonzo Ball or LaMelo, whichever Ball brother was there, right? LaMelo was there. They had two guys scoring over 20. Hayward was close. He's an offensive-minded guy. Now, your issue would be, okay, well, you're just going to give away the defense, right? The thing is, the Cavs have some good defensive players. Ask them to step it up or help out with that or hire an assistant to run the defense. I would also imagine that is intriguing to Donovan Mitchell to hire an offensive-minded coach like James Borrego. Knowing how bad this year went on offense, where they got upset with JB and that all came out fine. Okay, good. Go the polar opposite, right? You had these issues on offense. Go to the extreme. Go hire somebody that's only about the offense. And I'm not saying that James Borrego can't coach defense. I'm sure he can. Fix your problems with that. And the longer you wait, the more can go wrong. So do it. I'm just asking them to do it today, tomorrow. And am I fearful that he will take the Lakers job? Talking about Borrego. The thing is, and this is a pushback that I got from somebody yesterday, Matt, the Cavs job is better. That's what I got told. The Cavs job is better. And I believe that. Roster, similar, maybe even a little bit better. Ownership, better in Cleveland. Stability, maybe a little better in Cleveland. Maybe even James Borrego, even if he got that Lakers job, he got the offer, he'd still say, you know what, I'd like to go to Cleveland. I like what they got going on over there. So maybe I'm getting afraid and fearful for no reason. But I'm just like, the Cavs have the power. They have the power right now to call James Borrego at 9:16 and go, let's get this done. Let's get this done. Here's our first offer. Would you like to counter? Would you like this? And we're going to name you the next head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Just do it. Just do that. That's all I ask. The other report coming out from yesterday, I believe I got this from Yahoo. He's down. Kobe Altman is doubling down. He's not trading any of the core four. That has been all the updates that we have had is that they're trying to not trade the core four. I want to post this as our Twitter question this morning, right? Do you believe that the Cavs will trade one of the core four this offseason? I mean, I guess we all know the two that it'll probably be. One of the two. And do you believe that they're not going to do it? So, let's find it here. This is from Bleacher Report. Windy said that too. He's on with Riz and Aaron. And he said teams are starting backing off and maybe saying that Garland is not going to be available. And I think it's more about, at this point, everybody knew that he was. So you're trying to reestablish a little bit of value as you go through and try to negotiate this. Because you go in with no leverage. What are they going to do? Now, the other side of things, I go over to Fan Nation, and there's a report out from there that they are trying to make a big move. That they're attempting to make a major trade ahead of the NBA draft. Now, that might be them moving up in the draft. Maybe that has... Well, I can't get a vibe on this. Like, my default is how I felt when this started. They're going to have to trade away one of these guys. So, when I keep hearing at every turn that Kobe keeps saying these guys aren't available, it starts to make me question it. The thing is, Ryan, would the rest of these teams start to join me of like, all right, you keep saying they're available, they're not available, we'll go somewhere else. And then you overplay your hand, and when you call the Pelicans or the Spurs, they go, dude, you were playing games with us saying they weren't available. We're not doing this.
Yeah.
Like, and NBA GMs can't operate that way. Like, they've got to make the right move for their team, so they can't be, like, so petty about it. Like, eventually, if Kobe keeps saying, or allegedly reports all around, if he keeps the tact of they're not available, eventually people are going to go, fine, they're not available, and they're going to move on. And you're going to be sitting there going, wait. It's like that comedian guy trying to pull back in. Wait, no, let me go. He's going to try to call him back, and they go, we ain't playing these games.
I don't trust. I mean, I don't think Kobe's a good GM. I don't trust him, so I don't know.
That could be another part of this. Again, you talk about not knowing your value. Is he overplaying this a little bit? So the question we'll post this morning at Matt Fontana Show. Again, we've asked this.
How could you not?
That's what I do not understand is how could you not just from like a money standpoint or not from a, I don't say fit standpoint, but it kind of is fit.
Then
you saw what this looked like and it didn't work.
JB Bickerstaff was 100% the problem if that's your logic of not trading any of the core four.
And that's like, okay, let's say it is Borrego. Maybe he sat down and said to Kobe Altman, like, no. Don't trade these guys. I can make this work.
But what?
But I don't.
What's he going to make work? Because it's not like you had an issue on offense with Donovan Mitchell or Jared Allen.
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense.
Then let's also talk about what is every mock draft that I've seen so far. They're all centers. They're all centers or power forwards. Yeah. Then how do you keep Jared Allen around here?
No, you need to move Evan to center.
To then again, eventually have one of these guys be like Jared Allen's. Is he not done after this year, or does he have 2 more years on his deal?
Even if he does, you gotta move on.
Well, no, the thing is, especially if he's going into the last year of his deal, then you have to trade. You don't want expiring contracts sitting around here.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I just assumed it's 2 years because that wouldn't even be a question then.
I think it's got to be. He's extension eligible. No, man. No. Oh, no. He's got 2 more years at $20 million. He's got 2 more years at $20 million. This isn't one of these freaky deaky NFL contracts. He is paid $20 million every single year for 5 years. That's it. The cap hit is the same. His base salary is the same. Doesn't change. $20 million every year. Bing, bang, boom. So you got him for 2 years if you want to keep him. But, like, I think it's game playing. I want to believe that it's just game playing from Kobe. When you play the game, there's a chance you lose.
So what, Clutch is just going to take back their...
Well, then that's the other part of this, too, if Darius Garland really wants to get out of here. I head over. ESPN did their free agent player priorities and off-season priorities for every team. I believe this was our guy, Bobby Marks. It was. So we scroll on down. Cleveland Cavaliers. So they couple things. Draft picks, dates to watch, off-season priorities. We start with the Cavs. Off-season priority. The expectations and getting it right with the next coach after JB's Bickerstaff's firing. Cleveland won 99 games the past 2 seasons, the 5th most of any team, and reached the second round of the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Future of Donovan Mitchell, eligible to sign the 4-year, $208 extension. The continued elevation of Mitchell and Garland. Bobby writes, off-season priority. Does the front court of Evan Mobley and Jared Allen complement each other? Evan Mobley is eligible to sign. Can you not believe that he can sign a bigger deal right now than Donovan Mitchell? He's eligible for a 5-year, $215 deal.
NBA's weird.
Yeah. Allen, 2 years left on his contract. If I just would have read this earlier, I would have known that. And then restricted free agent Isaac Okoro. The draft, we have 20th overall. That's it. From Jeremy Wu, draft notebook. Cavs are casting a wide net. God, I'm sick of that term. At 20. They need depth. They have needs across the depth chart and some uncertainty around the roster. Their own picks in the outgoing years are not, their picks are outgoing over the next couple of years. There's a pronounced need for front court help, but Cleveland will likely take the best available approach, whether that's drafting an immediate contributor or playing for a guy that can be a development in the long term. Team needs, number 1, long-term commitment from Donovan Mitchell. I need that. You need that. We all need that. Number 2, identifying whether Garland and Mitchell work or Allen and Mobley work. Team needs consistency from the bench, a backup who can roll and shoot, better wing production, veterans who have been around high-level environments, high-level winning environments.
LeBron.
Yeah. Craig Porter and Sam Merrill to develop into rotational players. And continuing an elite defense under identity under the new head coach. They rank their future draft assets out of 10 to 2 out of 10. Of course, they don't have anything. Cap space breakdown. Including their own first-round picks, Cleveland is $10.5 million below the luxury tax. And they say we've not been in the tax since LeBron. There are no apron restrictions, but the Cavs do need to weigh the cost of retaining Isaac Okoro. And they're $17.5 million under the first apron. Dates to watch. June 29th is the first day that they can extend 1-year qualifying offers to Isaac Okoro, Amani Bates, and Isaiah Mobley. And then Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen are extension eligible on July 6th. And they run through their free agents. That really doesn't matter. So that's the whole breakdown for the Cavs this offseason. All kind of what we've known. There's some big dates coming up. It still all swirls around the same thing. What are they going to do? What trade are they going to make? Another reason why, go hire Borrego now. You can start getting focused now on the trades. I understand Kobe Altman has probably been pretty focused on this head coaching thing while keeping tabs on these trades. You sign your coach, get it over with, and go move on and go start working on these trades. Because I believe, to our Twitter question this morning, you got to trade one of these guys. You have got to trade one of these guys. So vote on that at Matt Fontana Show. Ryan, please cast your vote. Do you feel like the Cavs have to make a trade there?
Yeah, I don't even think it's a question.
There's no question on that. Continuing on with basketball, these finals have sucked. Have they not?
Yeah, they've been
Have they
horrible.
not? Has this not been a trash finals?
It has. I was wrong.
This is somebody that is biased because I don't want to see Boston win. I'm not a Mavs fan by any stretch of the imagination. This has been horrible. You had a week layoff, which just killed all the momentum. You had bad Eastern and Western Conference finals. You have injuries aplenty, and your star players have been MIA. That's not even like Jason Tatum filling it up. It's not even like it's been, I'm sure it's fun for Boston fans. You got Luka bitching. You got him hurt. It's been a horrible watch. It's been an absolutely horrible watch. And I guess you could say, like, man, that was fun to watch the Mavericks go on a 22-2 run. I want to see him win the damn game then. You got Luka fouling out. The game was over at that point. There's nothing that the NBA can do to fix this. Like, you roll the basketballs out. You're taking a chance at any point. I'd like to see them change the schedule. It's been horrible. All they did was try to stretch this out even further. And now at best, you're getting what, a 5-game series, if that? No team in NBA history has ever come back from down 3-0. And I don't think it's happening here.
Hell no.
They'll win maybe one, maybe.
No, they're getting swept.
Yeah, they might get swept. It's been a horrible finals to watch.
That'd be the first finals sweep since us?
Yeah, probably.
In 18?
Yeah. Because even the Heat won one, right? Against the Nuggets.
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Here, I can just look this up. NBA Finals Wiki. List of NBA champions. Minneapolis Lakers. They're on this list. The last 4-0 was 2018. And in fact, that is the only sweep that has happened since we got swept by the Spurs.
Wow, no kidding.
So the
How about that
last
little nugget.
literally in the last 20 years, the only two sweeps, both of them are the Cavs getting swept out. The one before that, Lakers swept the Nets in 2002. That's it. Everything else has been like, obviously at least one. I would say just looking at this and trying to do math in my head quick, I would say the average for all the finals is about 6 games. That's it.
Yeah.
A lot of 4-2. Again, a lot of 4-2s, few 7 games here, but you ain't gonna get close on that. You're not gonna win that. And also, do you know what this big one with the Celtics? Then they repassed the Lakers for the most championships in NBA history. They both have 17 right now. You can go ahead and just circle that one there for the Boston Celtics. So it's been a really hard watch. It's been a really hard watch. And I there's a part of me that wants to sympathize with Luka, where he's just frustrated and upset, but also dude, I get that the finals are supposed to be let him play and the refs need to swallow the whistle a little bit. There's a level to it. Stay these stupid fouls and just why are you even getting the 5? And I tell you this. Here's an interesting question. Do you believe that in the finals, the refs should look at star players differently? Should they ref the star players differently? And I think they should. I don't want to see Jason Tatum fouling out. I don't want to see Kyrie, Jaylen Brown, Luka. Those are the guys. Everybody else, PJ Washington, Derek Lively, Derek White, Hauser, all those guys, you're playing a regular game. When you see Luka, give him the benefit of the doubt. When you see Jason Tatum, give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, that last foul was a foul. But I said this and I tweeted it. Don't call it. I know it's a foul. You know it's a foul. Don't call it. For everybody's sake, don't
What's
let
he
it
gonna do? Call that a charge?
I don't know. No, you just call no foul. Just call no play, and then it's just whoever had the basketball. Whoever had the inadvertent whistle. Call it that. But it's been a horrible watch for the finals thus far, and it's just going to be, it's like watching a funeral.
Can you imagine if the Guardians were bad? Thank God they're good.
No, let's talk Guardians again. I watched some football, too. We'll get to football here in a minute. Guardians, okay, you split against the Reds. You're still in a really good spot. These are the learning experiences for Stephen Vogt. These are the things that I'm sure he's going to sit there last night and say, I left Tanner Bybee in there too long. And I think he got drunk like the rest of us on the strikeouts. Bybee had already set a career high. He was mowing him down. Got to make that call. And if you want to yell at Carl Willis to not usher his way down the bench there and go, hey, Steven, do it. Pull him. And trust me, I know the bullpen has been taxed. You got an off day today. Go to him a little bit earlier. And that's the mark of baseball, right? He gets, again, Bybee gets out of that, we're singing a different tune. But I watch how these games go. I see some of these like little mistakes. That's baseball. It's a long series. I'm not complaining. I love this team. Stephen Vogt's been great, and he's learning on the job. He's now learned on that job. Now, a quick hook, but like a quick hook to go to the best bullpen in baseball, I'll err on that side all day. I will err on the side of a quick hook for your starters when you have your bullpen that's doing what they're doing. The issue is you do that every single game. These guys are going to be fried. They're going to have Tommy John surgery left and right. You ain't going to have anything for August. I get it. That's the mark of a manager. And, like, you know, I do think people forget sometimes that he is, like, as great as this has gone, there are just things that he is going to have to pick up. And last night, I think, was a giant learning experience for him. I do.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was. I can't.
You're upset with the lineup. It's before the first pitch even happens. Ryan's hating seeing the lineup here.
I knew. I mean, I'll be real. I knew we were chalked as soon as I saw Gabriel Arias at DH. It's just he's not a good. He can't do anything.
What are they doing?
What's the benefit of? I mean, Roki.
What are they doing? I mean, it's a great question. Like, what are they doing? I don't know. Like,
there's no reason to play him.
There's got to be a reason. I don't know what else. They're not putting him out there for blanks and giggles, man.
Some managers just get hooked on certain guys.
No, everybody's got their guy, but your guy should be Josh Naylor. Your guy should be Jose Ramirez. That even when they're in a slump, you put him in there. The weird thing is like the DH role right now.
But at that point, I'd rather have Will Brennan.
That's my point. Is back in the day when you just knew it was Mickey Cabrera, like you knew your DH was Carlos Santana. I wish they kind of had that. You know what I really want? Let's call it for what it is. Josh Naylor is now our full-time DH. I'm about done with him in first base as it goes.
Yeah.
So put him at DH, and I know people will scream, well, then that messes him up about his play because he wants to be in the field. He wants to be the true ball player and all that kind of stuff. Put Fry at first.
Yes, that's what you need to do. That's
you can rotate some of your other guys in there. That's fine. Make it what it is. That's the other thing. Why is David Fry still not an everyday guy? Why is that not?
Maybe Vogt thinks that's part of the allure. Is that I don't know? Maybe he's not an everyday player, but when we need him, he's there. Like
your
sleeve
lineup,
in your pocket.
Your lineup should be set, and I'm just gonna go positional. Kwan, Freeman, Brennan / Schneeman, whoever in right, Jose, Rocchio, Jimenez, Fry. Rotate your catcher, Naylor at DH. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I would like,
and I know Naylor had a nice pick last night on that good play from Jose. Okay, I want to sell him that short, but that should be your line. That should be your default when you show up to the ballpark, and then you get that little analytics sheet, and they go, maybe today's a good day for Schneeman. Maybe it's a good day for Kyle Manzardo. Manzardo went right too. Rotate those guys through. That's fine.
What would you rather have? Bo at short. That way your gloves.
Bo Bichette, not Bo Naylor.
And
because we know the Guardians putting their catchers in the infield. Remember they tried Carlos Santana at third?
Because Rocchio can't hit anything. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Bo Bichette at short, or with a guy like in right field like Taylor Ward.
I'd rather have Bo Bichette, I think. The
so?
right field rotation of Manzardo and Brennan and, again, Fry / Schneeman, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm all good with that. Right field is not that big of an interest for me. It's short, and, again, I'm a little higher on Brian Rocchio than you are. He's got to start hitting, I'll give you that. But I like his glove. That's another reason to keep him on this team.
But that's
late,
the problem.
You got to lead. Put him in there in the seventh inning.
But here's the problem with that, Matt. If you have Rocchio, yes, I understand he's a great glove who can't hit, but the fact is Jimenez isn't hitting well either.
No, yeah.
And he's a great glove, too, but you can't have two of those guys that just straight up can't hit.
Well, I believe that hopefully Andres Jimenez will turn it back around.
I do, too.
You got to have that faith. But how much, wish in one hand, blank in the other, and see what happens first. See what fills up first. I get it. And these are the tough decisions that Stephen Vogt, now is important. But I'm also starting to think about September and October.
Yeah, but
you got to start, and there's a mountain of games left between now and then. But eventually, you have got to start figuring some of these things out.
And that fact right there just makes me want to throw everything I just said out of the way because you need a starting pitcher.
Well, yes, they've got to go make that trade.
When you get to those
no
games,
doubt
when you're playing against the Yankees, we would get absolutely shelled.
Yes, I mean you see what that lineup is, and it's scary. It's scary, scary good. Did Tiger just make that? No, he missed it. He had a 15-footer downhiller for par. Bogey. He's back to even. U.S. Open going on. We'll keep you updated as we go on that. But the other thing, you want to get into a good rhythm before that. And part of that rhythm is figuring out what your lineup is going to be on any given day. Things can change here and there. I don't feel like the Guardians have much consistency outside of the guys that maybe deserve it. Quan, Ramirez, Naylor, that kind of stuff. But this is going to be on Stephen Vogt to learn some of these things up and get it kind of figured out. I want to flip over to football. I found this article really interesting this morning from ESPN. And this came from a wide range of people, which is insane. That there are multiple contributors on this. Matt Bowen, who does the NFL, Jordan Reed, who covers college as a draft analyst, and then a high school recruiting coordinator, Billy Tucker at ESPN. They named the best player at every age, from age 40 to 14. Sophomores in high school are on this list from Billy Tucker, the ESPN high school recruiting coordinator. So they start at age 40. And, there were some really hard debates. How about this one? At age 23 alone, you had Penny Sewell, Sauce Gardner, Puka Nacua, Aiden Hutchinson, and Kyle Hamilton are all just 23 years old. How do you pick from that? Some are easy.
And they went with Penny, right?
They did with Penny Sewell. They did. Age 40, the best football player in the world, aged 40 right now, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. The best football player at age 39, our old friend, Joe Flacco.
I mean, when you're at that age, 36 to 40, I got to imagine they're all quarterbacks.
The runner-up or tight end, Mercedes Lewis just re-signed. Yeah. He's the runner-up for age 40. Joe Flacco
the only other option.
Yeah, he is. He really is. So then the runner-up for Flacco at age 39 was Matt Prater. A lot of kickers on this, too, at this age. The best player at age 38, Thomas Morstead, punter for the Jets. Runner-up, Brian Hoyer.
Wow.
But he's a free agent. The best player, age 37, free agent Calais Campbell, with a runner-up of Graham Gano. 36, Matt Stafford, with Andy Dalton being the backup. I will be 35, oh my God, in 2 weeks. Best player at 35, Trent Williams. Demario Davis, the backup. Best player at age 34. Guy said he thinks he's got some more years left in the tank. Travis Kelce. Runner-up for him, Lane Johnson. 33 is Zach Martin's already 33 years old. Khalil Mack is the runner-up. And again, this is the best aged player best player at every age. Keenan Allen at 32 with DeMarcus Lawrence. The best 31-year-old football player is Joe Thuney, with Devontae Adams being second. I don't know, I might go Devontae there.
Joe Thuney, Chiefs?
Guard for the Chiefs. The best player at age 30, Tyreek Hill over Dak Prescott on that list.
Tyreek's 30?
Mm-hmm. I thought he'd be older because, again, it seems like he's been playing forever. He's only 30. TJ Watt is 29 with Chris Jones right behind him. That's a little spicy pick there. Here's the one for the one Browns player that would have made it. Age 28, Myles Garrett, but he loses to Patrick Mahomes. They were in the same draft, same age. You got to go Mahomes over Myles Garrett. But they're age 28. Lamar is the age 27 with Fred Warner as the backup. Nick Bosa, 26 over Max Crosby. Micah Parsons, only 25. He beats out Tristan Wirfs. 24, Justin Jefferson over Pat Surtain. We talked about Penny Sewell. He gets age 23 over Sauce Gardner. The best 22-year-old player in the NFL right now, C.J. Stroud. Will Anderson, his teammate. The best 21-year-old player, Marvin Harrison. Travis Hunter at Colorado is second. Now we're into the college play. Almost. You know Malik Neighbors is only 20 years old? He gets the nod at number 20. The best 19-year-old football player is Caleb Downs, safety, Ohio State. The best 18-year-old player, Jeremiah Smith, wide receiver, Ohio State. Have you ever heard of Jakeem Stewart?
No.
He is the best 17-year-old dude.
I'm not that deep in the trenches.
He was born the month I graduated from high school.
Yeah, dude.
Jakeem Grant is an edge player out of St. Augustine, out of New Orleans.
He's born 2006?
2007. 2007.
Oh,
May 6th, 2007. He is the number 1 recruit. He is 6'6", 281 pounds. He runs a 4.85 40.
Wow.
Yeah. Where's he going to school? He's uncommitted. Uncommitted. Dude, he's only a junior this year. He's only a junior. That's crazy. The best 16-year-old player, Julian Lewis, a quarterback out of Carrollton High School in Georgia. He's committed to USC with Caleb Williams comparisons. Jaden Wade is 15 years old and a quarterback at the IMG Academy. And the best 14-year-old player, how do they do this, man? Neiman Lawrence, who was born in 2010. He's a quarterback at Ransom Everglades High School in Miami.
Wait, how old was he?
He's 14.
And they only went to 14?
They only went to 14.
Oh, I wonder if 13. I
Can I
think
get my son on that list? The best 3-year-old?
12, baby Gronk.
Baby Gronk, that ass. The dad, not the kid, the dad. Jackass that guy is. I'm sure he looked at this list and was spiteful that his kid didn't get on that list.
I think
crazy.
he's 12. I think baby Gronk's 12.
I don't want to know how. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. But, dude, down to 14. I'll tell you, my son has really picked up basketball. Can I get him on the 3-year-old list for basketball? He loves playing basketball all of a sudden. The other thing football I wanted to get to. I saw, you ever see Varsity Blues?
No.
Oh, my God. Billy Bob Mox?
No.
Come on, man. Allie Lauder in a whipped cream bikini? What are you doing over there? Watching.
I don't know who that is.
Trust me.
Allie Lauder?
Yeah. 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 She was
Larder?
yeah, Larder, whatever her name is. Yeah. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's her. Varsity Blues. I'm sure if you do the search, I'm sure if yep, there is that the whipped cream. I'm not trying to look at the screen here, but safety search, Ryan. There it is.
God bless.
Mm-hmm. And you said you've never seen Varsity Blues. Maybe you should go watch it. It was trending this morning.
It's on TV?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Good Lord.
Not showing. Covered up. Apparently, SOG Football, I don't know who they are, whatever. They did their best football movies of all time and left Varsity Blues off the list. Here's the list. Remember the Titans at 1. Rudy is 2. Friday Night Lights 3. Any Given Sunday 4. Number 5 is Invincible. Number 6 is The Longest Yard, but not the original, the remake. Brian's Song is 7. 8 is Draft Day. I'm sorry, 8 is The Water Boy. 9 is Draft Day. The Gridiron Gang is 10. The fact that Varsity Blues is not on this list completely nullifies it. Friday Night Lights, for me, might be number 2. I would agree. Remember the Titans is damn good.
I think I've seen like 2 movies on that list.
Okay, Remember the Titans? I'm assuming. What? How have you never seen Remember the Titans?
I understand it's a classic. I haven't seen it.
All right, Draft Day and The Water Boy have to be the 2.
Yes, they are the 2.
They have to be the 2.
But Waterboy, I barely remember.
Again, it's on TV all the time. How have you never seen it?
I don't take the time unless it's like, it's tough for me to take the time to watch a movie unless I know it's highly regarded.
These are highly regarded movies.
Yeah, I don't, but like,
I don't know how you haven't seen these. Just like on the, like there are some movies that just, they're on TV all the time. Like they're just popular movies that you've not stumbled upon at some point.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some strange movies.
I'm sure we all have. But like of that list, I've seen 8 of them. I've seen 8 of those movies.
Go through them again?
Remember the Titans.
No.
Rudy.
No.
Friday Night Lights,
No.
which is so good. Any Given Sunday,
No.
amazing. Invincible,
No.
not bad. The Longest Yard, not great.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Brian's Song, amazing.
No.
The Water Boy, Draft Day, and The Gridiron Gang, which I have not seen.
Okay, so technically I'd say 2.5.
What's the half?
Waterboy.
Okay. It's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And everybody, so that's the whole reason that this morning that Varsity Blues was not so you can't even back me up on the conversation here because you've not seen most of them.
Charles says Rudy's number 1.
I don't like Rudy. Number 1, it's historically inaccurate. You know that story?
No.
So they asked Joe Montana. He was on that Notre Dame team, and they said everybody hated him. Everybody hated him because he was a tryhard. And I get it.
I hate tryhards.
No, that's what I'm like. Literally, if you went and talked to those players that were on that Notre Dame team, They said nobody liked that guy. The jersey. And now, have you seen the scene where they all lay their jerseys on the coach's desk to get him to play?
No,
Never happened.
No.
So you know the premise of Rudy?
Some scrub gets playing time.
Right. He was born, near Notre Dame. His family just giant Notre Dame fans, and he always dreamed of playing for the Fighting Irish. The problem was he was like 5'6", right? He had no athletic skill. He played in high school. He went to a community college to get his grades up. Then he finally gets in and makes it to Notre Dame. Now, and technically, you can do this at any school. They have tryouts. If you really want to try out for Ohio State, you can. You have to be a student of the university, and you show up and you try out. Some guys make it, some don't. And that's different than like a walk-on. I mean, it's kind of that, but It's a little different. So Rudy shows up at tryouts where they just beat the living hell out of these guys. He somehow makes it through, and then he's on the scrub team. He's on the JV squad where he just gets beat up all the and his only dream was to ever just play in one game. And in the movie, it's of course sensationalized that they don't want to play him. And Dan Devine, Chelsea Ross, great actor in that role. And it's all this like drama that he doesn't want to play him, right? Or here's how it goes. The coach that was there promised Rudy he'd get him into a game. Then he leaves. He retires. And the new coach comes in and goes, I'm not going to honor that. And there's a powerful scene where all the players, all the good players, they walk in and they go, here, Rudy can have my spot. Rudy can have my spot. And all their jerseys get lined up on the desk.
And that never happened.
That never happened. Because the real story is that they told him, yeah, we'll get you in a game eventually. And then in the movie, their last game of the year, they're playing Georgia Tech, and they blow them out, right?
Can I put that question on the Twitter? Is Rudy a good movie, yes or no?
Sure, throw it out. I'm interested to see what people say. So in the movie, they're blowing out Georgia Tech, and the coach goes, put all the seniors in. And another coach goes, what about Rudy? And he goes, no. So, and do you want to know a young Vince Vaughn in that movie? They run a play to score a touchdown to let the defense get out on the field so Rudy can actually play, and the coach gets all pissed. And this is true. He gets one play, and he sacks the quarterback. He does get one play, and he runs in there and sacks the quarterback. Now, here's the other thing. They carry him off the field. And in the movie, it's meant to be like this, oh, my God, he did it. Oh, my God, we're this and that. You know what Joe Montana said later? He goes, we did it as a joke, man. We did it facetiously. We carried him off as a joke because nobody actually really cared. And I don't mean to crap on a Disney movie and that guy, the real Daniel Rudiger, he's like a motivational speaker now and all that kind of stuff. Rudy, and again, like, I wouldn't say I would never watch it again. It just wears thin for me. Good cast, man. Sean Astin plays Rudy. You got a young Jon Favreau in that movie. Yeah, I just, Rudy just not.
That's absolutely hilarious.
That's not it for me. Yeah, I'd be interested to see it. Like, I don't think it's a good, like, I'll put it this way. Of that list of all those football movies, I would take almost any one of them to watch. Like, if you sat down and said you had to watch a football movie right now, I'm not picking Rudy. Honestly, I would probably pick Friday Night Lights. Maybe Remember the Titans. And I haven't seen Any Given Sunday in so long. But Any Given Sunday, you've seen the speech from Any Given Sunday?
Who gives it?
Al Pacino, 1 inch.
No.
Oh, my God.
Maybe.
The inches we need are right in front of us.
Maybe not.
We got to claw and scrap for those inches. The movie gets overshadowed by the speech, but it's a damn good speech. It is a damn good speech.
Are they in the locker room?
Yeah.
I think I have.
Yeah, black jerseys, the Sharks. I think they're the Miami Sharks. Any Given Sunday is a great flick, man. I mean, I would tell you this. I think Draft Day is not good either. Like, it's because of the Browns.
He said, this is a worse take than your no dome take.
Well, nice. Would you rather have Rudy or a dome? I'd take the dome, actually, to be honest. I'm fine with that. It's just, like, hearing all the things after. Here, I'm going to Google this right now. Joe Montana on Rudy. This is actually from last year. Joe Montana picked apart the Rudy movie, stirring up controversy and breaking America's heart. Few movies tug at our heartstrings like the 1993 classic Rudy, despite Joe Montana's recent attempts to inject a perspective. I laid the movie out for you, his journey there. Joe Montana, of course, had firsthand experience because he was the quarterback at the University of Notre Dame at the time. Montana said the movie embellished parts of the story to make it more appealing to the viewers. It's a movie, of course. That's what they do. I'll tell you, Remember the Titans is not completely historically accurate. It's not a documentary. It's a movie. He said on the pod, he was on Pardon My Take, and he said, well, I won't lie. He got a ration of crap every time we saw him, and he quit showing up to a couple of places. The locker room is pretty brutal anyway. But the Rudy made a great movie, and it was a lot of embellishment. Were a lot of those things that happened? Yeah, sure. He got in, he got a sack. Was the crowd chanting? No. Did I throw my jersey in? No. There's some truths, but there's a lot of things that didn't happen. So that's what I'm saying. He said, he goes, they go around, and they were giving him crap all the time. He worked his butt off to get where he was, but not harder than anybody else. Like they're making it out to be like he was beating up on these other guys. He goes, he worked his butt off, but he was no harder than anybody else.
That's a shame. Rudy's a fraud.
That's my whole point. That's kind of my point on this. And then you get back to like, is it just a good movie that gives you a couple hours of entertainment? Sure. But yeah, it's not. It's not what you think it is. Like they take a moment of truth. They take a little piece of the truth, and they turn it up to make a movie out of it. Was there enough to make a 2-hour, 3-hour movie, whatever it is, out of it? I don't know. But they had to come up with some stuff, man. They had to come up with some stuff. So that just always resonates. Like, it's like, it's really not. Did you just Google historically inaccurate movies?
Yeah.
What's on the list?
And I don't know if, like, who says these are inaccurate?
300. Yeah, of course.
The Patriot, Argo.
They all are. They all are. Again, Argo, which I like. It's a great movie.
Such a good movie.
It is a good movie. But, like, there's little pieces that they are just like, well, this isn't going to work. They got to you have to get done with the movie, not sitting there going, wait, what happened here? Like, there's got to be all these consistencies. You got to make it a watch. You got to be able to have people watch this movie. 300. Who was around for a war that happened in like 700 BC? Of course it's historically inaccurate.
I just wanted to see if Rudy cracked the list.
They put 10,000 BC on the list of historically inaccurate movies. Come on.
Maybe I'll make
Hey, you want to know what? Jurassic Park, historically inaccurate. Those dinosaurs don't actually look like that. Very historically inaccurate movie. You know, The Irishman, the Public Enemy. I'm thinking about all the crime movies. All that. You just take a kernel of it and you take it from there. But that's why Rudy on the list, I would take that off. I put Varsity Blues on there for sure.
Fair enough.
But it's a popular movie. I get it. I understand. But that list was pretty whack. I'm not going to lie on that. What?
No, I'm just laughing.
I just don't like it, man. I don't know what to tell you. And like, if you went and watched it, you would probably come away saying that this is a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, we all have certain movies that are deemed.
Oh, yeah, you'll defend your favorite movies. That's where, like, Rudy and the historical inaccuracies, it doesn't quite do it. We got more news out of the hot dog eating world. Yeah. Apparently now, Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi, who are supposedly retired, they're going to do a hot dog eating contest on Netflix. This came out yesterday. We know the beef. We know the issues between Joey Chestnut and Major League Eating with the hot dogs eating contest. So now, Netflix, as they do with everything, steps in and go, we'll do you one better. Labor Day, live on Netflix, Kobayashi v. Joey Chestnut. Chestnut played this perfectly. He's going to get a bag. He already got the bag from the Impossible people, and now he's going to make money from Netflix. Chestnut, speaking of Bleacher Report, through all my years of competitive eating, Kobayashi stands out as my fiercest rival. Competing against him pushed me to be so much better. I know the fans have waited a long time for another chapter of this rivalry, and I can't wait for our massive showdown live on Netflix to give the people what they want. Kobayashi's been out of the game, though, has he not?
I'm not a big hot dog eating.
Oh, you watch it for the thing. Yeah. I'm not going to watch this. I don't even, I'll watch Nathan's because it's on. I'm not going to go out of my way to go to Netflix and say I'm going to watch this. Kobayashi and Chestnut last competed in 2007. 2007. And you're going to revisit this almost 20 years later.
Yeah.
But don't you think it's odd that this came out the day after all this happens, right?
No, I mean,
it's all publicity. It's all of what this is. That's 100%.
Is it live?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
When Netflix said they were getting into live sports, that's what they meant. That's very clearly what they meant. It's a waste of everybody's time. I'm sure Netflix, they don't care. They'll lose $1 million on this and not even care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll just be like, yeah, whatever. Is anybody going to subscribe to that? Is anybody going to sit down and go, oh, what?
How is there? I feel like everybody on the planet is already subscribed to Netflix.
That's a great question of like, yeah, what is the one thing that everybody, like, we're on Netflix. We're not on Peacock, but you told me there was some Peacock deal out there right
Like
now?
$20 for a year.
Here it is. Sort of subscriptions. Where's the deal? Oh my God. Get a whole year of premium for $19.
It's still there?
Yeah. Yeah. I got to do it, right? Because then I get the NFL later, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're making your money.
What else were we just... Oh, the golf. The golf is on Peacock. I'll text my wife. I'm not quite at that point where, like, you know, you got to text your wife, like, can I spend $20 on this? But, like, I'm going to text her and be like, hey, they got it for $19. Do you think we'd actually use this? Because then I could stop hawking my buddies. Because I use him. Claim offer. But, okay, here's a question, though. I already have an account. Can I just add this to it, or do I have to use another email?
No. Well, you can probably just use the one you have now.
But it says I got to sign up. If I sign in...
Oh, then maybe you do.
Continue.
That's easy, though.
Oh, no, I can claim this offer. Wait, claim offer. Create an account. Maybe I can just create another account? Can I do that? I think I got to sign up for this. 1 year for $19. Wouldn't that make life just easier for everybody? Just make everything $19, $20 for the year, $50 for the year.
Beer, $20 for the year.
Big news on Garage Beer yesterday. Ryan's wearing his shirt. Great news there.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Beer. I mean, you talk about those subscriptions or whatever. You get like a whiskey every month or something like that, a cigar every month. I'd be interested with beer.
The problem is I'll go to the grocery store and I'll get very mad. Like, I have to spend $20 on food. But then I spend
beer,
$20 on beer. I'm like, I don't even think twice
about it. Oh, yeah, you don't even think twice about it. Don't even think twice about it. Here's one of my favorite things. My wife usually does this for my birthdays coming up. She will just go to like our liquor store or something. You know, they have the single cans for like $2. She gets me a 6-pack of just, you know, random beers. And I love Garage Beer and I love, you know, my standard beers. But I tell her all the time, I'm like, I want to try some new stuff. She knows I like hazy IPAs because I'm a millennial guy. That's what it is. It's a requirement.
I like them.
I'm a millennial dad. It's a requirement.
I love IPAs.
It's a requirement to like hazy IPAs.
People think we pretend to like them, but I genuinely
Oh,
like
no.
them.
I genuinely
I do too.
enjoy a good hazy IPA. Now, that's where Garage Beer comes in because I can't drink hazy IPAs all day. If I'm at a ball game, if I go to Beer Olympics, if I do something like that, you can't do that at 6, 7, 8%. You'll be all lubed up. And that never goes good places in many ways. But you know, sit down. Like, if we go to dinner, right? My wife and I have our anniversary dinner. We're going to go to dinner. Now, I guess, you know what? I'm not going to have a beer. I'm going to have a cocktail because we're going to a fancy place, fancy dancy. So I'm going to get a nice little old-fashioned, you know. I'll have a nice Manhattan if they have it. But if I go to a dinner or something and I'm only going to have a beer, I'm going to go with a nice little hazy option there. But I always tell her, I go, just give me a 6-pack and just get a bunch of different stuff. You know, throw a bunch in there for me. Nothing beats Garage Beer, man. Big news, Kelsey's are on board. I think we've already sent the invite for the golf outing.
I hope.
Get them in there. I love it. Look at Neil Shipley, man. Ohio State birdie. On 4.
Oh, that kid.
That kid that was at the Masters.
Wow.
Yeah, he just birdied. Birdied 1 under. Leaders right now, you knew this, Brooks Koepka, man. He's 2 under with Matthew Pavin. Morikawa's up there. Finau's up there. Tiger's at even. We'll get our update with the U.S. Open coming up. Got plenty more in hour 2. We'll get on the grid. We'll get to timeout. We got our folks. I'm all in on Tipico when it comes to the U.S. Open. Can I tell you, my guys? Tom Fleetwood, Tony Finau, who's 1 under. My dad said go with Spieth. He tees off later. And I went Dustin Johnson on a flyer. Don't know. Oh, Shane Lauer. Those are all my guys on Tipico, folks. Head to the app, download it, use that code Fontana150. Betting the golf, betting playoff hockey tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Dude, I knew Fitzpatrick would be firing too. You want to know the cool thing right now? No joke. You've watched the, a couple opening rounds right now. Head to the golf, U.S. Open, live. Bro, I can still, do you want to jump on Brooks right now, plus 700? What?
Weren't we just talking about earlier Skyline Breakfast?
Yeah, why?
Andrew Fox Miller just tweeted, it's finally happening, and it has a picture of Skyline Breakfast. It says serve daily until 10:30.
Glitch in the Matrix.
So that means it opens at
like I Googled the Skyline up here.
I know, but it must be new because it says serve daily until 10:30. So they must be opening earlier now. A breakfast Tony.
The one, dude, we got to go all the way to Stowe.
Ew, I mean, I live right there.
I know, but I don't. It's way out of the way for me.
I mean, there's probably one closer.
No, literally, I put Northern Ohio locations,
yeah.
Cleveland locations.
I'm like 10 minutes from it.
There's one in Cuyahoga Falls. Oh, no. Oh, no. There's one in Lyndhurst.
Ew, who would go to Skyline for breakfast?
I don't know. Are you sure the one in Stowe is still open? I think we're going to have to go to Stowe. Yeah. We're going to have to go to Stowe. They're going to have to go to Stowe. That's the closest one. There was one in Lyndhurst, but it closed. Permanently closed as the first of this year. All right, not looking forward to that, folks. Tipico, though, that's where you want to look forward to. Terms and conditions apply for new customers only. You deposit $150 with code Fontana150. You will get two $75 protected bets. Get in on the golf, get in on the playoff hockey, baseball, the boost, tennis. It's all there with our friends at Tipico. The best cashback rewards in the system, too. The best in the industry, I should say. It's so easy. You place bets like you normally would. For straight bets, anything minus 100 or longer. And for parlays, plus 100 or longer. You're going to get that cashback reward right back into your account, and you're off to the races. And, you know what I did? You know what I did for all my guys? $2, man. $2 on all these guys. That's it. That's what I like to do. Couple of bucks. Do you want to do Brooks Koepka right now? You want to do Brooks? Kyle Morikawa's plus 1,000 live. Scotty Scheffler's plus 290 still. Fleetwood Finau. It's all there. Tipico, download the app. Get betting this weekend for the U.S. Open Golf. Catch a break. We come back. Morning update. Very important day for the grid. Time up. All comes your way next. Stay with us. Fontana Show right here. Streaming live. Twitter, YouTube. Check us out on Twitch and follow the Instagram at Matt Fontana Show. Morning update is next.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
That's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone, and at even odds. If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today, all right?
Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party.
Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Tipico Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
All right, welcome back. Fontana Show right here. Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Check it all out. YouTube channel. Drop a subscribe there. He's Ryan Tyler. I'm Matt Fontana. Drop us follows at Ryan Tyler 33. I'm at Matt Fontana 83. Let's get on to it. I was like the kiss of death yesterday, man. I said the Guardians are going to win. They lost. I thought the finals do suck, but the Mavs got back into it. So Drew tweeted me from the Cincy show, and he said, can you just tweet that I'll never win the Powerball? And I said, I got you, bro. I got you. You'll never win the Powerball. Never again. So when that happens, just don't forget about your friends up here in Cleveland. Ryan, morning update stories you got to know. Please take it away.
All right, Matt. Well, the Guardians did, in fact, split the Battle of Ohio with the Cincinnati Reds as they fall last night.
Who gets the cup?
Maybe they cut it in half.
They just take it to Columbus? They just leave it in Columbus. The Clippers just holding on to it?
Very halfway.
Yeah.
Very halfway.
There you go.
Anyways, there's still 5.5 games ahead of the Royals for the lead in the AL Central. And off today, tomorrow begins a three-game series, as they travel up north to take on those Toronto Blue Jays.
Maybe you get a look at Bo Bichette. Maybe you get a look at your future starting shortstop. I mean, at this point, the Blue Jays are like kind of trying to hang on. They're like teetering, but they're so far out of it. What you're going to see over the next couple of weeks, and there are teams that are already known sellers and they're done and they're packing it in. You want to beat the hell out of the Blue. Like, what would be so nice is not just sweeping the Blue Jays for the sake of sweeping the Blue Jays. You sweep them and you send them into the abyss. You know what I'm saying? Like, you sweep them out and you tell them you're done. Go ahead and make these trades, man. Go ahead and make these trades. And there's a lot of former Indians people up there in Toronto, as we know, and maybe you could start greasing the wheels of some of those guys. Is Bo Bichette enough for you? I think it'd be a start. I still want a starter.
Yeah.
I still need a starting pitcher, but I'll take Bo Bichette if the trade makes sense. The issue is, do you really see the Guardians making 2 splash trades coming up? I don't know if I do. And then it's, what would you rather have? Outfield or starting pitcher? I would tell you, shortstop with Bo Bichette. I'd rather have a starter.
I would.
So if that's got to be your move, so be it. But if there's a trade that just makes sense and you can get Bo Bichette, then go do it. Go do it. Important series coming up. To go back to the Reds series, you're a little more critical right now of Stephen Vogt than maybe I am. He's learning. My biggest issue is you left Bobby in too long. And I think Vogt got a little drunk on the strikeouts, blowing them away. But, dude, you have the best bullpen in baseball. Get to them. At this point, all you're asking your starters to do is get to the bullpen. Get to them in the 6th inning. Now, you do that game in and game out, and Hunter Gaddis and Clase and Henches and Herron and Cade Smith, they got to pitch every day. You got problems. I know you can't do that. But at this point, sacrifice lose the battle and win the war. I don't know. You had an off day. You were going into this weekend. I thought you'd be better prepared for it. But you have pressure back on these starters, too. You got to. And I would say the bats have fallen cold a little bit, but, coming back from the games where you're knocking all these home runs and doing all this other kind of stuff. Get right series this weekend against Toronto. I feel good about it. I'm fine with the split, even though we now owe those guys. Skyline.
Unbelievable, Matt.
I think most people are aware that we made a bet with the Big Play Cincinnati guys. Bangalorian and Drew Garrison. And it was whoever won the series. Now, we split it, but our aggregate was going to be who hit more home runs, and Yeimer Candelario said, screw you guys. So we lost the bet. We have to film a commercial telling Cincinnati why they're so good. And we will up it one more that Ryan and I are going to go to the Skyline and Stowe.
How do we get gear?
I don't know.
We'll have to figure that out.
I don't know. Like, do they have their shirts yet for their show? Like the Big Play shirts?
I think.
Can we just wear a shirt of their show?
Probably.
We'll call Cody. We'll text Cody and see if he can get us a shirt or a hat for their gear down there, then we'll do that.
Okay.
We'll do that. But we'll get that figured out for next week. I'm not looking forward to it.
All right, well, something that the Cavaliers have to figure out is who's going to be their next head coach, as they're yet to make that move. It seems as though James Borrego is their favorite, but they're yet to pull the trigger. The Lakers have potential interest there, but it's reported this morning that J.J. Redick is having an interview with the Lakers this weekend, and if he does well, he will be considered the front runner for that position.
So that's good for the Cavs because you at least have now bought a few more days. If I'm Kobe Altman, I'm on the horn right now calling James Borrego. What do we need to do to get this deal done? What is the hang up? And money is usually the answer there. Call Dan Gilbert, say we're at a risk of losing this guy. Get him in here right now. Sign this deal. If you got to pay him a few extra bucks, so be it. I'm not pinching pennies anymore. This has got to be the right guy for you. You make this done today. That's it. You just have to. And, is it that? Okay, because the other thing is there an issue that if it was Kenny Atkinson, like, would you feel all that bad if they just ended up saying, like, hey, we went with Kenny Atkinson over James Borrego? And they would probably try to sell you that Kenny Atkinson was always the number one guy, or, we're fine with that hire. Dude, you, me, and everybody know that James Borrego is your number one guy. Why not? Because he's also now the Lakers' number one guy. If he's good enough for that job, I'm assuming he is good enough for this job. So we'll get back there and get him. Call him. Can you negotiate that deal over the phone? Do you feel like that's something with millions of dollars on the line?
I mean, I don't see the difference.
I guess. He's still got to come here and sign it, but at least get the framework done. At least get your handshake deal done with him and improve from there. So we'll see.
All right, well, speaking of the NBA, the Boston Celtics did, in fact, beat the Mavericks again as they go up 3-0. They win 106-99. Both Tatum and Brown eclipsed 30 points. Luka fouls out in the late fourth quarter. Now Mavericks holding on for dear life as Game 4 is set for Friday. Tip-off at 8:30 in Dallas.
I am coming from this as the average fan. Where I view it, I had a couple of bucks bet on the game that I lost. It was trash. It's trash. Like, I don't want to see, even the brand of basketball wasn't great at a point. The comeback by the Mavericks was fun, but they still didn't finish it off. And then just how I felt about, you want to know what? It feels like work to have to watch these games. It feels like work to have to sit around and get ready for this series. And would you say the star power is lacking? Yes. You know where I'm at with Jason Tatum.
You've had Kyrie for one game.
That's it. One game. Luka, fine.
Game 1 was all Kristaps. Game 2 was
Jrue metrics, of all the things that you want to see. This is not some team going for a dynasty run. This isn't Shaq and Kobe. It's not even Jokic. All of it has just sucked. It really has. Maybe Game 3 last night when they went on that 22-2 run. That was honestly maybe the best of all the games that I've seen. Other than that, it's been trash. And now you have it built up. Your only hope of making this something is if the Dallas Mavericks go and do something historical. And I don't think they're doing that. And what did I say about Boston, too? What did they do? They sat Porzingis. They don't need him to come back. Even if they lose, again, when do we play again, Ryan? Saturday? Friday. Oh, we do play tomorrow night. Okay. That's not so bad. But you don't even need to bring him back. Or if you want to bring him back, sure. But Boston's in the driver's seat. I hate seeing this. I'm not a Boston fan. It's been been as bad of a finals as you could have asked for, to be honest with you.
Alrighty, well, lastly here for the morning update, no New England Patriot will ever don the number 12 again as Tom Brady was inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame. Robert Kraft said a 12-foot statue will be unveiled of Tom Brady later this season.
I always think of that Ronaldo statue that just didn't quite look like Ronaldo. Get a good
Allen
sculptor,
Iverson
please.
has a horrible one. There's been some abysmal
Yeah, you got to get a good one there for TB. Do you know why they did it yesterday?
Yes, because they can't do it to the season because he's a broadcaster.
No. Why they picked yesterday's date? 6-12.
6-12.
He has 6 rings, and he was number 12.
He has 7 rings.
He has 6 with the Patriots. Okay. He has 6 with the Patriots. So they did it on June. Because everybody goes, why are you doing this on a night of the Boston Celtics being in the NBA Finals?
I heard it was because they can't do it later.
Oh, no, I'm sure that they don't want to do it because he's broadcasting.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Belichick came out, and I'm sure that was kind of awkward for him being there. That's great. Good for Tom Brady. I do think that is one thing. Do not do the league-wide retirement thing. I don't think the NFL will ever do that. The NFL hates teams retiring numbers as is because you eventually run out. Like, especially like the Packers go up and down that list. But like, think about the Yankees. You ever see about all the Yankees retired numbers?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yankees.
Every single digit, right?
I think almost every single digit, I think. 1, Billy Martin. 2, Derek Jeter. Yep. 3, Babe Ruth. 4, Lou Gehrig. 5, Joe DiMaggio. Number 6, Joe Torre. Mickey Mantle is 7. Yogi Berra is 8 with Bill Dickey. Roger Maris is 9, and Phil Rizzuto is 10. You cannot get a single digit. Thurman Munson, 15. Whitey Ford, 16. Jorge Posada is 20. Paul O'Neill, 21. Don Mattingly, 23. Elston Howard, 32. Casey Stengel, 37. Jackie, across the league, 42, with Mariano Rivera. Reggie Jackson, 44. Andy Pettit, 46. Ron Guidry, 49. Bernie Williams, 51. It's a lot of numbers. Football hates it because, again, you eventually just run out. The Browns will retire 73. That's never going to be worn again. But, league-wide, not doing that with Tom Brady. Not doing it all. You know what I am doing? Oh, hey, the New England Patriots. All right, Ryan, this is... I feel good looking at it. Here's what's on the line for you, the fans. If Ryan and I get today and tomorrow in the grid, we will do a giveaway over the week. We'll run it next week. We'll run the giveaway next week for a package. I got ideas about what the giveaway is going to be. I don't want to spoil it yet, but we'll get to that. Let's get to it first. Up and down, left and right. Got to get a player for each team. 3,000 passing yard season. Go.
Andrew Luck?
Sure. Or Peyton Manning. It's got to be Trevor Lawrence, right?
3,000's not hard these days.
No, I don't think so either. Are you sure? Are we sure?
Yes.
Okay. Derek Carr. Okay. Raiders, Patriots.
Patriots, Colts, Stephon Gilmore.
Yep. Patriots, Raiders, Chandler Jones.
That'd be 700 Jones. You're positive?
Yes. Jags, Patriots. Huh. An instant reaction came to me of Maurice Jones-Drew. Did he not go up there when it was all said and done after his time in Jacksonville?
I don't know.
Danny Shelton. But no, not Jacksonville. Because Cam Irving went to Jacksonville. I always get, they're tied together because they were drafted. But I also think maybe Cam Irving went to New England. Mark Brunell.
You love Mark Brunell.
I know. I keep bringing him up in this. Did
Bledsoe
go to Jacksonville at some point?
No idea.
Give me the Google here on that. We should do it where I get like 2 Googles and that's it.
Or zero.
No, he didn't go. All right. Set that one aside. All right, Bears. Bears. Colts, Bears. Nick Foles.
Right? Play for the Bears? Right?
Did he?
That's what you
I
said.
feel like that screwed us up in the past. I think he did. Go, Nick.
I know he played for the Colts.
I know he played for the Colts. I think he played for the Bears. Oh, God is right. Do you want to hold off and see if anything else comes to mind there? It screws us up for later. Just rip it.
Oh, I don't know if he did, Matt.
All right, hold on.
Allen Robinson.
Very good pull. Thank you. Good pull. Yes. Bears, Raiders. Khalil Mack. Okay. Set Foles aside. Big blank Nick. Set him aside. Eric Dickerson? I don't think so. Yeah, he went Rams.
Bears, Colts.
No, yeah. Rams, Colts, Raiders, Falcons, but no Bears there for Eric Dickerson. Did Gale Sayers play for the Colts at some point? No, I don't. I no idea. God, I'm talking myself into this. I feel like there is some, there's some running back like that. No, Bears his whole life. Okay. All right.
Jack Doyle? Nah.
I don't think he ever played for the Bears. I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question, though. I don't know. All right, Colts, Bears. Rigoberto Sanchez, and I like that, like kickers. Anything? Cody Parkey, I know, kicked for the Bears. Oh, Parkey actually would have worked for the Jacksonville Jaguars there too. All right, we got time. We're only at 4 minutes. We're okay. We're okay. Do you want to check the YouTube comments? They bail us out. They're involved in this. The fans, you're involved in this. You can tweet at us.
They always bail us out.
They always bail us out. They're always pretty good about it.
He says, I want to say Dante Moncrief for Jags Patriots. He also says Nick Foles works.
I think he does too.
All right, let's just rip it.
I think he does. Like, that was our gut. Oh, we live for one more.
Moncrief.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, not Leonard Fournette, right? I don't think Patriots. I don't think Patriots.
Carlos Hyde ever played for the Patriots?
No, I don't think so. Fudge. Boyer never played for Jacksonville. Jacoby Brissett, Jimmy Garoppolo. Randy Moss didn't go to Jacksonville, right?
It's got to be a receiver. Or like
James White,
Brandon Bolden.
I don't. It makes it sound right in my head. You know what I mean? You want to say that it does.
It really does.
Tyler Eifert went down to Jacksonville, but I don't think he ever made it up to New England.
I don't think so.
Oh man. I like defensive players. Did Paul Peluzny ever go up to New England? Don't think so. Kyle Van Noy.
Did like Blaine Gabbert ever play for the Patriots?
Blake Bortles.
Steven Jackson?
I like where your head's at, but I don't think so. Dude.
What about
Ty Law? No. Charles Woodson. Well, not Charles. Rod Woodson.
Stephen Ridley? Did I just say that?
Yeah, Stephen Rid. Whoa.
I don't know. That's right. Didn't it sound right?
It sounds right, and I know he played for New England. We know he played for New England.
Yes, I know he did.
These people, there's an event going on literally outside, like right here, like outside these glass. If it is Stephen Ridley and we get it and it goes, I'm going to jump through the roof right now.
Well, should I check the YouTube again?
I kind of want it. Yeah, I guess. I like your Stephen Ridley call, though.
Yeah, Angela's saying, I'm fairly positive Dante Moncrief. Should we just rip Dante?
Go Dante Moncrief. That's fine.
Okay, and then we'll see if Stephen Ridley would have worked and we'll feel good about it.
That's fine.
I'm nervous. Yes.
Nice. Do you know who does not work?
Stephen Ridley.
Stephen Ridley does not work. Okay. He did play for the Patriots. He never went down to Jacksonville, though, man. Well done. All right.
Who's the most common one? Fred Taylor?
I should have probably gotten that. Other most common ones? Nick Foles, yeah.
Adam Vinatieri, Andrew Luck, Allen Robinson, Mark
Brunell.
Oh,
Adam Vinatieri. Yeah.
Brunell, Khalil Mack, Randy Moss.
Wait, what does Mark Brunell work? Jacksonville.
3,000-yard passing season.
Oh. Click on the middle one. I want to see. Yeah, that one. Yep. I want to see who's on that.
Fred Taylor, Jabal Sheard.
Oh man, I should have remembered Jabal Sheard.
I mean, not many.
All right.
I'm trying to see anybody else.
We all get to it tomorrow with the Immaculate Grid. One thing to flip back over to football here, I thought was pretty interesting. CBS Sports ran through quarterbacks poised to improve and regress in 2024. Garrett Podell put out a list based off of performance last year. Guys that are likely to bounce back from injury, guys likely to improve, and guys likely to regress. Would you like to run through the list, Ryan Tyler?
Let's do it.
We start. Guys extremely likely to bounce back from injury. Now, again, you would say this qualifies Deshaun Watson. He didn't put him on the list. Aaron Rodgers, Anthony Richardson, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence. That is the list of guys extremely likely to bounce back from injury. I would say most of those guys, while they, got hurt maybe later in the year, they did a write-up about Justin Herbert getting your guy, Ladd McConkey. They have good teams around him. Like, again, Burrow's got his good team. Kyler Murray got a Marvin Harrison Jr. Herbert's fine with Jim Harbaugh. Trevor Lawrence come back, all that. Okay, fine. Guys likely to improve on their season from a year ago. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. I feel like you put him on this list every year. Number 2, and I like a sneaky MVP pick here for Jordan Love, CJ Stroud, Jalen Hurts, Bryce Young. I mean, just when you're at the bottom of the barrel, there's nowhere to go but up.
It's not even his fault, man. I feel bad for him.
I don't think he's going to be very good. Lamar Jackson, Tua Tagovailoa, and Will Levis, all on the list of likely to improve on their season from a year ago. Then we get to a list of quarterbacks likely to regress this season coming up. Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, and Deshaun Watson.
How do you regress?
He writes, Deshaun Watson has played like one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL since 2022. Some of his poor play can be attributed to rust. Sat out 21, missed a good chunk of 22. Some of the lackluster performance can also be attributed to injury. Fractured the shoulder, we know. Since 2021, Deshaun Watson's completion percentage, 59.8, is 41st in the NFL. His yards per pass attempt at 6.5 is 36th. His touchdown to interception ratio, 14-9, is 31st. And his passer rating is 81. Ryan, that is 37th in the NFL since 2021. And that's among 45 quarterbacks with at least 300 passing attempts. Watson's procedure on his right shoulder is his throwing shoulder. A quarterback with that much baggage and that much rust who's coming off a major surgery is naturally projected to continue the backslide.
That's so messed
in
up.
2020.
That's so messed up.
Is he wrong?
I hope.
I hope so. Again, which of those is the most sobering? Completion percentage, 41st. Again, ranked of 45 quarterbacks since 2021. 41st in completion percentage. 36th yards per pass attempt. 31st touchdown interception ratio, or 37th passer rating. Which of those is the most sobering? I'll tell you the easy one.
I'd say completion
percentage is the answer.
That's absurd.
One of the things that he was supposed to be proud, one of the prideful things for Deshaun Watson is his accuracy. 41st in the NFL.
That's absurd.
Over the last 2 years. Does not need to be said any more than it is. This is it. This is it. This is everything in front of him. And I will tell you, wouldn't you say that 60% completion percentage, isn't that usually a pretty good mark? He's at 59.8. And that's still only 41st. Again, I usually think that's a mark of being a good, accurate quarterback. I guess not very much. And he's in this group of again, Kirk Cousins coming off an injury, like it or guess fine. Brock Purdy was almost in the was in the Super Bowl, right? Again, you think about regression, that's it. Derek Carr, okay, whatever, fine. And who's the other one? Carr, Cousins, Watson, and Goff. Same thing, and Baker. Okay, those guys had really good years. You expect a slight regression. Yeah. But Watson is the one. I'm shocked he didn't put him on that list of coming off of injury expected to return to form.
That's the same with Kirk, I thought.
But, like, when you look at it from this standpoint, that he does, I mean, I keep saying this over and over again, and I'm not trying to like, you know, he has nothing for you to fall back on. All you have as a Browns fan when it comes to Deshaun Watson is one half of good football against Baltimore, right? Right?
Yeah.
In 2 years.
No, you're absolutely
That's
right.
all you have to grab onto. And again, you have no choice but to leave that door open. But that's why he's on this list.
Yeah,
that is why he is not viewed as a potential bounce back candidate, because you got nothing to grab onto.
I mean, if we weren't in Cleveland, I would be looking at Deshaun Watson as a complete failure, and I probably would have no hope that he would return.
Okay, so but here's the other thing. You have, like, I again, this is relative, but I'm just going to ask you this. If he had the same contract as Dak Prescott, is he not out of here? If he had the same contract as any other quarterback in the NFL,
would you have? Of it expires this year.
It would not even expiring. There's not as much guaranteed money.
Oh, 100%.
He's out of here already, right? Or would you say
maybe? Yeah, no,
I know. Here's the question
I'm
dancing around. Yeah. Would you give him this year no matter what? Take the contract and the picks out of it. Would you say that no matter what?
Yeah, because I don't have,
you would give him this third year. You have to account for the suspension. You have to account for injury. Would you not say, regardless of the money, that he gets this third year to prove it all?
Probably, because who else am I getting?
Well, you might be going.
Who else would I have right now?
Write this down, bro. Wouldn't it be something if Dak Prescott found his way to Cleveland?
Yeah, we'd have to.
Not on a trade. Like, you'd have to re-sign him. But why is that somehow like an itch for me? And that's, again, me doing what? Projecting that Deshaun Watson is not going to be here. The thing about the Browns, let's play out for just a second that Watson doesn't play well this year and you end up moving on from him. I'm sure they would like to draft a quarterback. I think you are one of the teams that would very clearly go veteran route because of how built the rest of this team is. Guy like Dak, like those guys don't come available all that often. I mean, yeah. So it would be a Kirk Cousins type level. It would be like Aaron Rodgers almost.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Or do you think that they would say, like, no, we're still going to just try to draft somebody, hope we catch the next C.J. Stroud, Joe Burrow type guy?
I mean, you could do that and sign a veteran. You're just probably.
I don't think so. Well, not to the level that I'm talking about. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Right, like
a guy that could truly get you to a Super Bowl.
Right.
I get what you're saying.
Like Derek Carr would make me throw up.
You have to,
I would.
You have to, because you're not sitting here and wasting any more time with Miles.
That's exactly my point. That is why I think what happens beyond, and again, this is all
would be
speculation.
So scarred of throwing a quarterback that kind of bag after this.
Well, then you ask yourself, is this something where we could make it work and go Trent Dilfer route, where the quarterback isn't all that important? I don't think so. Not in today's day.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And you will not have picks to go up and get a quarterback in the top level elite. Yeah. And you still got to pay Deshaun Watson. God, what a mistake this might be, man. The remedy is that he gets, and I don't want to, trust me, I'm not sitting here trying to get all wrapped up in a CBS Sports article about some guy that just thinks Deshaun Watson's going to regress this season. Okay, fine. You got to play this out.
But it's like you can't even be mad even if it doesn't work out.
No, people, okay, here's the thing. People will get very angry about that. But the thing is, I look at it from the standpoint of you tried, it didn't work. I have no recourse. There's no point in me sitting here flipping desks and getting pissed. I'll pour myself a stiff pour of the good whiskey, by the way. The good. I got two. It's funny.
What's the good whiskey? Because all I drink is Jack Daniels.
Oh, come over to my basement, buddy. I'll let you can sleep on the couch. I got my Xbox set up in the corner.
That'd be sick.
And we got to do our gaming night. So again, talking about millennials that like, hazy IPAs. Yeah. I've dabbled in the whiskey. So I have a top shelf of whiskey.
Okay.
I've got Weller Full Proof. which at a time you couldn't get in the state of Ohio. I've got a pretty healthy stock of Blanton's.
So can you explain to me what's the difference between whiskey and bourbon?
So, okay, you want to know the easiest way to remember this?
Yeah.
All
Right.
bourbon is whiskey, not all whiskey is bourbon.
Okay.
So
what
bourbon
makes the
is I think it's well, there's rye whiskey, there's corn, there's something about the water content about bourbon. I should know this.
Whiskey is a general term for alcoholic liquor made from fermented mashed grains. Bourbon is a term for a whiskey made from a grain mixture that is at least 51% corn.
That's it. Corn. It's got to be 51% corn for it to be
Do
bourbon.
they taste the same?
No, I can taste the difference. And then especially like when you get into Scotch, I think Japanese whiskey tastes a lot different for some reason. And you'll find what you'll do is if you really start to get into it, you'll find brands that you like maybe more than others, and you'll taste some that are just.
So it says Jack Daniels is a bourbon.
It's a bourbon, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's a bourbon, yeah. In Lynchburg, Tennessee. I mean, yeah.
I think Jim Beam is disgusting.
See, I think Jim. Well, that's a rye. I think Jim Beam is rye.
I think it's horrible.
Well, there is a Jim Beam rye. That's a bourbon, though.
Jack Daniels honey is insane.
See, that's okay.
But that's a little bit.
I'll tell you
no,
this.
Yeah, I know.
The parallels between you and I are so similar. You're of an age like I was where I liked Fireball and I liked Jack Honey and I liked all that other stuff. You will don't wish these years away from me.
I would never drink Fireball.
Oh, it's got to be chilled, but from time to time I'll take a rip.
Ew.
Right, anyway, don't wish these years away, but eventually you will mature and you'll come on back and I'm telling you, come on down to my basement. My basement, I have a bar. Oh, I had a bar, and I don't know, one of the saddest days, we took the bar out of our basement. That tells you that you've now officially gone from, living your life to kids. We had to move it out so my wife could work from home in the basement, so the bar is gone. But at a point, I had a bar. It was called Ollie and Al's. There's our cat and our dog. So Ollie and Al's. I have a trivia question when you walk down to my bar.
A trivia question?
Yes. There's something on my wall, and if you tell me what it is, you win yourself a free shot at my bar in my basement.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we'll have to do that one day. Okay. And then I'm going to trick you into taking a shot of the worst thing that you'll ever taste in your life,
which is
Malort's.
Yeah, we talked.
You talked about that. Yeah, I trick people into having Malort's. How do we start talking about whiskey? Oh, come on! But again, I got a Blanton's for you. I got that cooked up. I've got I got Weller Full Proof for you. You want to know one of my prized possessions? I have the Nick Offerman Lagavulin. He gets a special edition of Lagavulin every year, and I love Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
So I have that. I have Irish whiskey that I brought back from Ireland. I finally opened it. I kept that thing closed for years because, I'd rather sit there and look at it. And I told myself, whiskey is meant to be drank. Whiskey is meant to be drank. So sit there. I got some good makers up there for you. My brother just asked me to be in his wedding. I appreciate that very much. And he gave me a nice, not Jefferson's. What did he just give me? I can't remember. Anyway, it's pretty good. I got Woodford. We'll be all good.
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace is delicious. Love that too. I'm on the whiskey list for the state of Ohio. Get all the updates. They do the the lottery every so often. Still never won it, but we'll see. But yes, I'll need a stiff pour of all of that if things really go bad with Deshaun Watson. All right, final break of the morning. We'll come back and do a quick time hop. We'll get ready to go for our bracket. Stay with us. Fontana Show right here on Big Play.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
That's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yep.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone. And at even odds. If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today. All right?
Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party.
Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
Jump into it, a little short abridged version of Time Hop that we'll get to, and then we'll get to our bracket for the best director. We'll get our finals for set, and we'll send you off on the way. All right, 13th of June, here we are. This day, 2020, a report came out that Kyrie Irving had pitted himself against the establishment about the NBA trying to get the season going in the bubble. Of course, he came out and he's like, I don't want to play it. I don't want to do that. You know, COVID was a crazy time. These leagues tried to do their best to get going. And I will say, I think the NBA probably handled it the best of all the... I mean, football is different. They didn't have their season right away. But, you know, baseball got going, but the bubble worked. You got your champion. But, of course, Kyrie didn't want to participate in that, so it is what it is. This day, 2018, Browns minicamp sound, where Hugh Jackson reiterated Tyrod Taylor is the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, and he told Baker Mayfield to just keep working. Okay. All right. That worked out. And I think, like, at the end of the day, you know, starting your rookie quarterback versus, you know, your veteran, I would actually so much rather start a veteran guy, at least for a little bit. Like, here's what I would say. Here's my thing. If I was running an NFL team and I had the number 1 overall draft pick, and I know this always goes back and forth between, you know, like, can this guy handle it? Is this guy ready for it? Do they want to start? I understand all of that. Here's what I would say, though. You are not going to start. But the thing is, I'm not going to tell you when you are going to start. But I want to start the season with this veteran guy, your Jacoby Brissett, your Andy Daltons, your Sam Darnolds, whoever. And it could be game 3 of the season. It could be game 7 of the season. It could be next year. But we'll start you when we think you're ready. And that's to help you learn. That's to help you grow. I think there's examples of both, playing guys right away. You sit Mahomes, you sit Jordan Love. And it does depend on the player, I think. But if it were up to me, man, I would sit my guy. I would. And I think for the Browns, it kind of worked out the best way possible. You started Tyrod, he got hurt, you put Baker in, Baker was ready to go, and he almost damn near took you to the playoffs. He did eventually, but almost did that year. So I think that's a good one. All right, here's the one that we all love. This day, 2016, finals, game 5. The comeback 40, was on, 40. Man. 40-40. LeBron and Kyrie each score 41. First time in NBA Finals history that 2 players scored 40 or more points in a game. Cavs got the win, 112-97.
What a time to be alive.
LeBron also had 16 rebounds in that game. LeBron was 41-16 on 16 of 30 shooting, 4 out of 8 from behind the arc, and 5 out of 8 from the free throw line. Kyrie's 41 came on 17 of 24 for an outrageous 70%. 5 out of 7 from 3, and he hit both of his free throws there. Trivia of the day. Who was the third Cavalier to score in double digits that day? LeBron had 41. Kyrie had 41.
Okay, well, I'm going to say it's not Kevin Love.
It's not. He only had 2 points. Only had 2.
JR.
That is right. JR, 3 out of 9 from the floor and 1 out of 2 from the from 3. There. Flip it over for the Warriors, just out of interest on that. 37 from Klay Thompson, 25 from Steph Curry, and 15 from Iguodala. But that's it, and you got the win, and we all know how that played out in 2016. This day, 1984, I can't remember this, I wasn't alive, but I remember people telling me about this move. Indians got Joe Carter this day. They traded for the Cubs Carter, Mel Hall, Don Schultz, and a minor leaguer. You gave up Rick Sutcliffe, Ron Hasse, and George Fraser. Sutcliffe would actually finish the season 16-1, and he won the Cy Young that year, and you traded him away for Joe Carter. Joe Carter was a master, though, man. He could hit. This day, 1983, Pioneer 10 left our solar system. It had been in space for 10 years, and it radioed the next day with scientific data. It finally left our solar system. The project ended in 1997 after it had traveled 6 billion miles into space. I think that's so crazy when you hear like astrophysicists speak about the universe is like never ending. It's actually constantly expanding.
Yeah.
And like, what is out there?
Dude, when you think of our like Milky Way, our galaxy, even that, there's
Brian May
millions
said
of
there's
them.
like 2 billion Earth-like planets just in our solar system alone. They can't even count all of them that's out there. And we were just on some rock, man, that just started life.
Dude, I always tell myself that whenever I'm nervous. I'm like, nothing matters.
No, really. I mean, some things do, like, it really doesn't. We are just flying through space on this thing, man. Just trying to get to tomorrow.
I
right?
gotta do karaoke.
I'm glad you brought that up. We got to talk about that later. Brian went to karaoke last night.
You were surprised. Like
I didn't know karaoke was still like a thing to go do.
Oh my God, yeah.
All right, hold on. We'll get to that. This day, 1975, the Indians traded Gaylord Perry to the Rangers for 3 pitchers. He would then go on to win 42 games over the next 2.5 years for the Rangers. This day, 1967, Thurgood Marshall was named a Supreme Court Justice. He was the first African-American in history to have that post. This day, 1948, Babe Ruth made his final appearance at Yankee Stadium. They were honoring the 23 World Series team, and he would retired his number. He would pass away 2 months later. This day, 1948. An important announcement from the U.S. Postal Service. This day, 1920. Please do not send babies via the United States Postal Service. They had a bad rash of people like, at that point, the depression, like everything going on, and people would have to send kids to go live with other people. They just try to send them in the United States Postal Service.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just put them in a little box and send them on their way.
Cut some holes in it?
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's like a cat, right? Same thing. Very happy birthday goes out to Hannah Storm, former Indian Jonathan Lucroy. Did we ever actually trade for Jonathan Lucroy? He was always brought up. Yeah, I remember he was always brought up.
I don't think we ever got him.
I don't think we ever got him. Chris Evans, Captain America. The Olsen twins, Steve O, Tim Allen, Rivers Cuomo, lead singer of what band?
Rivers Cuomo.
Yeah.
311?
No, Weezer. Aaron Taylor Johnson, all celebrating birthdays today. One movie for you today, much like Chris Evans, this lives in the Marvel Universe. Started this day, 2008. This was one of the foundation movies. And it's so good. It still holds up to this day.
The MCU?
Yeah.
2008, that was Iron Man.
Yes, but not that.
Hulk?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What a recasting of Edward Norton to be like, I don't want to do this anymore.
The Edward Norton one was better.
Oh, so good. Yeah. So good. And I'm sure, like, Mark Ruffalo was fine, but I wonder what Ed... Do you imagine thinking about that at the bag?
Like, Hulk became a softer...
Right, but like that Edward Norton one was so like that Hulk was so the Eric Bana one wasn't good, but like the Edward Norton one was
with
so
the drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Kill Stan Lee as his cameo. Yeah. Yeah. I just like at the end with Abomination where he goes Hulk smash, and then you got the leader. You got Samuel Stearns. He was supposed to be the leader. Never saw him again. We're getting Hulk back though. He's coming back. Red Hulk.
Red Hulk.
Yeah. That's so Red Hulk is. I'm going to really get into the weeds here in comics. You know Thunderbolt Ross, Betty's dad, the a-hole general?
Yeah.
He's played by William Hurt. You know who he's getting played by now? Harrison Ford. Do you know eventually who Thunderbolt Ross becomes? The Red Hulk.
Oh, okay.
He
That's a
becomes the
villain?
Red Hulk. He becomes a villain. Yeah. So he's coming in. Oh God, what's the next Marvel thing that's coming out? The big thing.
Good question. I stopped keeping up with that.
I know. Oh, Brave New World. Captain America 4. No, that can't be right. That's got to be a fake.
There's no way that's next.
I don't know. What phase are we in?
5, I think.
All right, hang on. Wait, development. Wait, no, featured films. I don't want this series. Just give me, God bless it. Give me the phase that we're in. Why is this so hard, man? All right, phase 5 began with Ant-Man and the Wasp. It'll conclude with Thunderbolt. So you are correct. We are in the middle of phase 5 right now.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania is already out.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 already out. The Marvels already out. Next up is actually Deadpool and Wolverine. Then this February...
Oh, dude, did you see the theory? Did you see the poster for Deadpool and Wolverine?
No. I'm all for a theory.
So pull it up. Pull it up.
Which one, though? There's a lot. Deadpool, Wolverine, poster. All right, which one? The one with the cross, the heart?
I'll pull it up.
Okay, pull it up. The little chain, like the... Oh, that one? Hey, Ryan's... What's that? Okay. All right, that's pretty quick on your part. Well done. It's like you've done this before. Okay.
So,
all right.
There's the theory that, and you might not be able to see it,
The dog?
that there's 4 people in this poster.
So that would be Fantastic Four, right? No?
They're
What's the
saying
theory?
that Johnny Flame is in that fire.
Oh, I believe that.
I didn't know he's supposed to be in this movie.
Let me put it this way. There is no way that they won't make a reference to that. There's no way. Because they've
sick.
already cast Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
They've already cast quite a few of
Who's
them.
Johnny Flame?
If you said his name, I would probably know. Pedro Pascal is playing Mr. Incredible. Or Mr. Fantastic, excuse me. Not Mr. Incredible.
Mr. Incredible.
Mr. Incredible. He's playing Readers. Vanessa Kirby is Sue Storm. Eben Moss Backrack is playing Ben Grimm. And then Joseph Quinn, who
from
played
Stranger Things.
Thurman Munson. Eddie Munson in... Is that what his name was? No, Eddie Munson. Yeah, Eddie Munson. Eddie Munster was also in the Munsters.
Yeah.
He played Eddie Munson. He's the guy playing Johnny Storm.
Okay, that's kind of a good cast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is. So then you get Captain America Brave New World in February. Then you get the Thunderbolts after that, and that's it for Phase 5. So Brave New World, it's the 4th installment of the Captain America. It's obviously Sam Wilson is now Captain America. And Liv Tyler is back in this. Oh! They're bringing back Tim Blake Nelson to play Samuel Stearns in The Leader. So you're Hulk. You're in this. Danny Ramirez takes over as the Falcon. Tim Blake Nelson is going to be the leader. And then Harrison Ford is playing Thunderbolt Ross, who eventually, yes, will turn into the Red Hulk. And Liv Tyler's back as Betty Ross. Well, all right. I'd like to say I'm back in on all this, but I can't tell that. I would like to go see Deadpool Wolverine. I'd like that to be the next movie I see, but it's so hard to get the movie.
I haven't seen anything in Phase 5.
I haven't either. It's been, and again, it's like we lived in this dream for a long time.
Too much content.
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot. Breaking news out of the NFL. They're going to dock the Falcons a 5th-round pick for violating the anti-tampering policy with Kirk Cousins, Darnell Mooney, and Charlie Warner. Teams being fined $250,000, and Terry Fontenot is being fined $50,000. Wouldn't you do that to get Kirk Cousins?
Are you kidding me?
A 5th-round pick and $250,000?
Yeah.
I'd do that. Violations are considered logistical administrative as making travel arrangements after players agreed to terms and did not involve contact prior to the negotiating window. So like what? They booked him a plane after he agreed to terms and that's a violation? weird. Super weird. But you know what's not weird? Our bracket of the week to get to the favorite drive. Where are the Russo brothers? Well, we didn't put them in there, but that's okay. We have our final set. Please, Ryan.
We do.
Christopher Nolan, Quentin Tarantino. I'm sad John Carpenter didn't have a better
It
showing
was
there.
always gonna be
It was always going to probably
Quentin.
be these four. It was always going to probably be these four. So send that out at Matt Fontana Show on Twitter, X. Follow us there and vote on that, and we will have a champion tomorrow. What have I asked you every day this week at the end of the show?
Now, okay, I'm gonna say no, so it does happen.
Cavs will have a head coach by tomorrow. You've said yes every day.
So now I'm
saying
saying
no
no.
to put the little reverse Maloik on it. We'll see you tomorrow. Thursday, we get Chico today, maybe? Maybe? I don't know.
I'm not positive.
Yeah, we got to see. All right, check it out. Boobies World. Next Boobies World? Tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a big day for us. Oh, no. What am I saying? Thursdays, Cincinnati boys.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure that they will.
God.
Oh, God.
We got to watch
Actually,
though.
I take that back. Don't watch them tonight. Don't watch those guys tonight. These jokesters down there. Big Play Cincinnati show tonight. We lost our bet against them, Drew Garrison and the Bangalorean. Do you want to know a really, 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 really funny thing? I don't even know the Bangalorean's real name. Don't say it on there.
I know it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you.
I don't know his last name. But
I don't even know his first name. I know Drew. And they're in our text thread giving us a bunch of crap about us losing the bet. They're on tonight. Don't follow them, please. And don't watch them tonight because they're just going to gloat about their victory. It's going to do it for us. We'll talk to you tomorrow on a Friday edition. For Ryan Tyler, I'm Matt Fontana. And as always, take it easy.